Hi, babes. This morning I woke up crying from a dream that I had where I couldn't remember if my brother was actually gone. I guess in the dream I thought that he was in prison, and then I'm like surrounded by people and I start remembering, oh yeah, no, he is gone. I can't just go and visit him. He's not just somewhere else where I can't see him. He's actually gone. And in the dream, a best friend of mine who I haven't been friends with for the past several months, for almost a year now, came over and hugged me. And with that to wake me up, it really made me feel like in some relationships, we're so new to the way that other people need to be loved, and we're so new to their wounds and how they express themselves. We start to find that we become new to our own wounds. We become new to the way that we deal with relationships. We might think that we know how we want to deal with things, or how we want to resolve certain issues in our relationships, and then when it comes time, we become new again. I hope y'all like my silly hair today. This is how it looked when I woke up, and there we go. Now it's kind of doing something a little better, but I wanted to share this with y'all, this story of waking up to forgiveness, because forgiveness is a funny thing. We think that forgiveness is something that we give to the person who wronged us or hurt us, but it's really giving ourselves permission to let it go and let it flow back into the stream of the cosmos, surrender it, so that the universe can heal it. Sometimes we're holding on to things that we're not ready or willing to heal. And maybe it's because we're not prepared to heal it. Maybe, for all we know, the reason that we're holding on to so many past arguments and mistakes and hurts is because we don't have the tools within us. We haven't developed the ability yet to heal them in the way that they desire to be healed. You know, the phrase is hurt people. And different hurts need different medicines, different kinds of healing. So if a particular hurt is new to you, or if you are new to healing the things that you've been through, then you might not be prepared to figure it out yourself. And we all like to think that we can figure things out ourselves, and that we don't need anybody's help, and that we'll figure it out eventually, or that if we just keep working hard enough, or maybe if we just avoid it for long enough, it'll work itself out. We all have our different modes and methods. This is how you can tell I'm crying. I've been crying because my scar from the time that I got hit in the face by a door in high school always comes up. My little cheek scar always pops up and gets red when I've been crying. We all have these different modes and modalities, these different methods for how we deal with things, and just because we're accustomed to them, just because they're our default, does not mean that they are the most healthy and healing and deserving of a space within our hearts. And those methods become medicine. Either they are not potent enough to heal something fully, like avoidance. It's not potent. It's not a potent medicine. It allows whatever has been hurt to seem like it's been healed for a little while, and then it comes back twice as strong the next time. It's like an expired medication. You think you've taken the right dosage, and you think you apply enough medicine to it, and then it comes back again, and you're like, oh, so that wasn't helpful at all. You also find that, I'll speak for myself, I also find that these different medicines and methods that we pick up along the way really need forgiveness. Can you hear my tummy growling? That was a good one. Really need forgiveness as one of the ingredients, as one of the main ingredients. And that's because when you are able to forgive, or when you invite forgiveness, if you don't feel like you're able to forgive and you're not ready to forgive even, we resist it so much because we feel like the other person needs to apologize, or the other person did so many wrongs that they couldn't possibly make it right, or that there's been too much history, or there are too many hurts and not enough medicines. So if you're not ready to forgive, and you're not ready to find a way to heal, the very least you can do is open up to forgiving for yourself. Because what that does is it starts to create the medicines. It invites in new medicines, it invites in new methods for healing that wouldn't even come to you, wouldn't even occur to you if you hadn't told the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready to allow this hurt to be passed along to you so that I can release it, because it's too hard. It's too hard to hold on to anymore. And it's not serving me. It's not taking me anywhere. And the longer I hold on to this hurt, the more I tell the universe that this is what I like to hold on to. This is what I prefer to hold on to. This is my preference. But also, it takes up space. When you're holding on to something that hurts you, that when your thought tendrils reach out and touch it, even if you haven't thought about it in a long time, it still brings up that pain. You still pull back from it, recognizing I'm still not ready. And the beautiful thing is, when you forgive, when you open yourself up to forgiveness, you're actually giving it over to the universe and saying, I know I'm not equipped for this. So whatever I need to heal, I'll let you decide that for me. Just show me. Show me what it is, where it is, how it is. Let me find it in the most loving of places and the most loving of ways, and recover this sense of compassion for myself and for those who have hurt me, so that I can become new to a way of healing that I've never known before. I just did the workshop for the power of being new last night in the Divine Chaos course, and although I talked about becoming new to yourself and discovering yourself, I also talked about forgiving and healing the inner child of the people who raised you, who made you this way, whether it's parents, guardians, teachers who had a lasting impression on you, good or bad, anybody who shaped and molded you. Going into meditation to see them as a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old who is experiencing hurt for maybe the first time in their lives, that they don't know how to deal with, that they haven't gotten the medicines for it yet. They haven't started to stock up on all of the medicines for healing. Or else maybe they intuitively have all of these. I'm just realizing now, maybe children have a lot of intuitive medicines for healing because they're so much better at reconciliation than we are. They're so much better at empathy than we are, until we place on them all of these responsibilities and this standard of control and perfectionism and productivity that leads to a sense of a sense, an expectation of, there we go, self-sufficiency that requires them to stop making amends and to start just dealing with things themselves. Going back and seeing the people that have hurt us as a child who has been hurt and who never got that hurt healed. It helps us. It has helped me to give over my hurts and my pains and my suffering to the universe, to let it do its job, to let it do what it's naturally best at doing, which is, once I surrender, the universe's job is to take what I've put into the flow and carry it down the stream. And if it's meant to come back to me and help me heal in a different way, then it'll come back. But ultimately, it's not for me to decide when it comes back or how it comes back. It's not for me to open myself up to forgiveness just to start trying to solve things myself again. It's for me to really be truly hands off and say, I have to let this go. I have to let whatever happens from here take place, just unfold before me. And with the outer world unfolding before you, you also discover your inner world unfolds as well. And vice versa. The more that you open yourself and you unfurl your whole inner self to the experiences of the outer world that have shaped you, the more you get to experience the power of being new all the time. Being that child again, so curious and empathic and open to healing and reconciliation and loving others exactly as they are, and unconditional love. I feel like this has been healing for me to just talk it out. So I hope that this has been healing for you and has helped you to hear some of your thoughts in a different way and recognize the way that your harms and hurts will continue to hurt and harm other people until you surrender them with forgiveness to the universe and let the universe figure out for you and whisper into your ear when you're ready, when the universe has made it so that everything else is ready, for you to experience the liberation of the healing that you've been needing and you've been really deserving. You deserve healing. Just because you've been hurt doesn't mean that you deserve to stay hurt. It doesn't mean that you deserve to suffer. It means that there's another layer of unfolding that you get to do. And that takes place with your co-creator. So develop a wonderful relationship with them, with Source, with Spirit, with God, with love, with the universe, whatever you call it. Develop a great relationship with them and allow them to teach you how to be a parent or a guardian of your own inner child. Do so in love. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day.